Always a pleasure to chat with the fellas from Teal Town USA, Eric and AJ. And AJ, I'll begin with you. What a Shark season. I know you've seen so many of them in recent years and, recent decades. How do you headline this one? How do you summarize what we've seen so far in the Sharks' first half?
Exceeding expectations. I think a lot of people at the beginning of the year had this team hopefully 3, 4, 5 better than they did the season before, but I mean, 52 points was, if there wasn't some sort of an improvement, we were going to be concerned. But at this point, I think ahead of where we all expected. So exceeding expectations. And obviously you just want to see that trend continue.
Yeah, and we're half a season in, right, Eric? And so we've seen some games. We've seen kind of a DNA test of like who this Sharks group is. They've come through in the clutch, an 8-9 game overtime win streak. Like they always seem to finish off those close games. And this year they're going in San Jose's favor. Do you have a favorite game or finish or win or moment of this season so far?
I mean, the biggest one to me would be the Pittsburgh comeback after Will Smith gets injured. And just that fancy move by Klingberg back to celebrating, back to Klingberg for the overtime winner. That was phenomenal. Even more recently, the comeback against Dallas, a team that you've dominated, got dominated by many times this season, to come back from two goal deficits and make that happen in overtime. That was great. Even early on, beating Colorado in overtime, you've beaten dominant teams already to build up the confidence that you have to maybe make a playoff run.
There was the finish at home against Utah, the one on the road against Minnesota, the game at Madison Square Garden. I could go on and on and on, but to the point, like, there are so many good choices there. This season has already provided entertainment as well as success. And so, AJ, I'll go back to you. We're careful about this team. We're wanting to see how it goes from here. And I don't think the road that's ahead is necessarily super easy to get to a playoff spot. What are the concerns for you in the second half?
Well, I may have been harping on it for a little while, but I'm keeping an eye on Askarov. His numbers have trended down since November, but it was such an amazing November that maybe trying to keep that consistency was asking a bit too much. But for me, it's wanting to see Askey kind of have a bit more, I guess maybe some highs and lows versus being so consistent. Because if you look, he's like been within like, I think it's like 870 to 890 over the last 10, 11 starts versus Nedeljevic, who's been like posted a 950, then an 860, then a 965, so he's had highs and lows. I want to see a couple big games from Askarov. That's kind of thing that I'm looking for on the back end, and seeing how this defense plays itself out between now and the deadline.
You know what? Throwing a couple shutouts under your belt in the second half would be
it's been over a calendar year since they've had one.
There you go. And that's why I mention it. If you get a couple of those, especially in the second half, I feel like those are just confidence builders to know that, hey, you could steal a game. If you get in the playoffs, maybe you could steal a playoff game. How huge would that be?
Or steal a series.
There you go. Eric, as we're talking here today, as we're recording this, Kiefer Sherwood was traded from the Canucks, their leading goal scorer, to San Jose. So we know that is part of the trade deadline already. Like we're early trade deadline. But as we approach from now until the trade deadline, how do you think the Sharks best approach it?
It's going to be a little bit of a mix. I think there might be a little piece here or there, nothing significant, but they definitely need some defensive assistance. I think that would be a big, huge help to offset, now you're getting Desharnais back. You have Sam Dickinson, he's going to be around all year. I think getting a strong defenseman, maybe just a defensive defenseman, just to, help out the goaltending, like AJ mentioned, might be a really solid way, especially if this team is going to make a playoff run.
AJ, let me get your thoughts on this one, too. The trade deadline is interesting because for a lot of years, it was probably obvious what the Sharks were going to do. They were going to take players that were doing well and move them for future considerations and picks. And this year, maybe there will still be some of that, but I don't know that the Sharks are necessarily buying up everything they can either here. So I think it's just delicate little moves more than anything.
Well, and we've already seen that, right?
Yeah.
Who was the goalie we got a couple weeks ago?
Laurent Brossoit.
There you go. So, and that was kind of a small move, but it is also a little bit of insurance. It's a nice, tidy piece of business to just in case if the Sharks are on a trajectory to make the playoffs, you definitely don't want to see Askey or Ned go down. But if one of them do, you have a little more insurance there than with Brossoit. But I've liked so far the small pieces of business that Greer has gotten done so far this season. I'm going to hold my tongue on the Sherwood thing so far. On the surface of it, I don't understand it. I don't know that I care for it, but I'm willing to wait to see how the shoe drops on the other end before I, go too deep in the weeds.
When he plays a game for the Sharks, which may not be like tomorrow or even next week, but when he eventually suits up for the Sharks, we'll see what he brings. Leading goal scorer for the Canucks so far this season. AJ, I also want to talk about the Sharks' chances here, and everybody's pinning a percentage on them. Like a while back, hey, 20% chance to make the playoffs, 31% chance to make the playoffs, now 40% chance to make the playoffs. Some of it is who they're going to be down the stretch, but also strength of schedule, it seems to me, might play in their favor here. If you look at who they face here down the stretch, it's a lot of games, but it's not some of the hardest teams they've already faced so far this season.
Well, not a lot of difficult teams. The one thing I think is just so bizarre is the fact of everybody on the coast is all at 51 points.
Yeah, right.
Seattle, all the California teams, it is so tight that if any one of those teams gets on a substantial run, other people, you could go to sleep in the wild card one and wake up and be out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would say right now it's 50-50. I was really kind of optimistic at the beginning of the season. I don't know that I had playoffs, maybe playoff bubble, but Celebrini just seems so determined. Like, this team will make the playoffs. So, I mean, if Celebrini continues what he's doing, it's give him the heart and let's go to the postseason, boys.
Eric, your thoughts on the playoffs, maybe for the first time in a very long time. Are we looking at the standings here in late January? Are we waiting until March to start really thinking about that? Sharks have been in a playoff position for the last couple weeks. How do you view this?
Brodie, I've been looking at it since they finished up that great November. Not going to lie. I know a lot of fans want to get back to the playoffs. I know a lot of fans, I know they don't want to rush the rebuild per se, but because this team has played so well and hasn't gone on a deep schneid, I think it will be a great time. And honestly, for right now, the Niners just had their season end. The Warriors are doing their thing. Giants, aren't starting up for a little bit. This is the Sharks' time to go out there, shine brightly, get those fans that have been coming already back into the tank. And I gotta say, Brodie, I gotta start warming up my arm for waving rally towels, I think, pretty soon.
I know that hand motion. Are you presuming the giveaways already? It's like you've been to the tank before a few times.
It's been, I know. I mean, I'm not sure if I can, wave the
Zamboni around
like that. Like,
oh man,
hit a little kid over there. But but hey, it'd be great. I mean, the playoffs in San Jose, nothing like it. I mean, they're just phenomenal time, and the atmosphere is beyond electric. So it'd be great to be back. Remembering back in '94 and 2016, how this place was nuts for Team Teal.
All three of us know that. I don't even think most of the Shark players on the team know that. They haven't experienced it yet, and I can't wait. AJ, final question for you. What defines success for this Shark season? And does it have to result in the playoffs for that?
No, not at all. For me, it's seeing everybody take a step forward, improve on what you did, whether it's the week before, the month before. Obviously, we've already improved on the last season. So for me, it's taking the just positive steps. And I'm also going to just call out one particular guy on the team.
Drew Remenda.
No,
sorry,
not a team guy. Ryan Reeves.
Yeah.
I was not the biggest fan when I saw that deal come in. I'm like, oh boy, is this going to be John Scott 2.0? Is it? Now, to be fair, John Scott did bring in some vibes, and Ryan Reeves has brought vibes. You've seen the shoulders kind of relax a little bit when he's out there. And he's got them having some fun. Celebrini snapped a stick the other day. That's going to happen. Kid hates to lose. But you can see that do they need to see Book of Mormon every season? We don't know. But either way, he's got these guys, like, I'm sitting there going, Ryan Reeves extension, wouldn't hate it. But seeing everybody take positive steps forward, that's all I'm looking for. And, the roadmap had playoffs next season. If it's here this season, it's great. But I just want to see everybody continue moving the ball forward, and we'll get it over the goal line soon enough.
I've known you long enough to know that was how you felt about Rafi Torres, too.
True.
Same thing.
True.
You hate him. You hate him as an opponent.
Get 41 games.
You hate him as an opponent. You love him when he's on your team. That's the ultimate compliment. Teal Town USA, Eric, just give me the quick plug and promo in case I'm introducing anybody to you guys. Hopefully not, but give me the quick reminder of everything you do.
So AJ and our friend Ian, who's coming out this March to San Jose for the first time.
Nice.
They'll do the Pucknologists every Sunday night at 6 p.m. I'll be on with a cast of many, including Jules, Eric Landy, among others. We'll go on live after every single Sharks game on the YouTube channel. And whenever news breaks, like the Kiefer Sherwood trade, we'll jump on to break it down and dissect it and discuss it.
All right, fellas, I appreciate this. Eric, I'll see you at the tank. AJ, you're not invited.
I'm used to it.